decided to pop back on again for another couple minutes. So video 4.1. I forgot to mention the car accident. So what happened? My son was driving. We had another person in the vehicle. We had gone out to his property, which is out in the country, and we were coming back on a road that we hadn't been down before, and we had gone up a dirt hill, and so we kind of gassed it to get up the hill a little bit, and then it went flat for about 20-30 feet, and that's when I looked up. All of a sudden a stop sign popped out from behind a tree, and we were in the middle of the highway. We had no time to stop. The stop sign was 7 feet off the road, blocked by a tree. Even going 20 miles an hour, you'd barely be able to stop to miss that first line. We ended up in the highway and got hit by a 3/4 ton truck with a full dirt trailer. Let me tell you, apparently it jackknifed and we went spinning. Hold on. In the cart with me, I had a chainsaw, I had a sledgehammer, I think, I had weed eater, an axe, that's what it was, an axe, a weed eater, chainsaw, all of these things in the car with me. Nothing was in the car by the time we were done with the accident. I remember my head going down, coming back up. Actually, I remember the lights of the truck crunching into the car, and my head going down and coming back up. And I remember thinking, God, let me stay awake. And I went out again. The front seat had wedged into me. The back headrest folded down and pushed into my neck. The seat underneath me had buckled my hip. I cracked my pelvis and I broke my neck. I came to when the paramedics were there screaming through the window. When I came to, I told the paramedic I have a dangerous cyst on my brainstem that's already deadly, and I'm pretty sure my neck is broke, my hip is broke, and I'm trapped. My son in front of me turned around, he was grunting really loud. He turned around, he'd look at me and he, what happened? I was, baby, we're in an accident, but it's gonna be okay. And he's, what? And then he'd go back to grunting. And then he looked at me again and asked me what happened. And that continued the whole time I was in the car. The passenger that was with us unbuckled his seatbelt, jumped in the back seat to see if I was okay. But they weren't okay. And trying to get out of the car and couldn't get out of the car. Paramedic finally opened his door and got him out. Paramedic got my son out. They told me that they had to rip open the door to get my son out. They were gonna cover me with a sheet. I got my son out, and then they covered my face and they ripped my door open and got me out. But before they got me out, they put a neck brace on me because I told her it's already deadly and I'm pretty sure it's broke. Thank God I woke up just in time to tell the paramedic, because I was trapped. They would have went pulling on me, I would have died for sure. Thank God I even woke up. There's no way I made it through that accident without God. Where I broke my neck is the vertebrae that sits right next to that cyst that I could sneeze and burst and die from. I don't know how I made it. This is from them doing the repair. They had to take out the full vertebrae. I have 6 screws. I was supposed to get discs and screws and rods all the way down, and they told me no because I'm super brittle. So was it dangerous to do this surgery on my neck? Extremely. Am I brittle? Is it gonna hold? Probably not. Will the cyst take me out before the hardware fails? Potentially. Who knows at this point? They didn't have a choice. I was walking around with it broken. So I had went to the hospital, and they put a brace on me, told me it was fractured, told me my hip was fractured, and after a couple days they let me leave. And my release paperwork told me to check in with my PCP, and then in 4 months check my neck, 6 months check my hip. I thought about blowing off my PCP, because what's he gonna do? I was like, whatever, I'll go ahead and go so I could tell him. Well, another blessing. I went, he freaked out considering where the location is, and made me go look at it again to make sure I was okay, especially considering my bones are so brittle and not good as it is. And sure enough, it had slipped and broke. I was walking around with a broken neck and didn't even know. If that tells you what kind of pain I live in all the time. I didn't know. Frankly, this usually hurts more than this, except when the pressure starts going into my head, like today. If anybody's had a migraine, I'm sure you probably understand. It's not fun. And of course, if you cry, it gets worse. And I also randomly get sick. It's something that I didn't know was going on. Back in 2016, I started passing out randomly, didn't know. I also would all of a sudden randomly throw up and not know where it came from. Just, am I sick? What was that? Out of the blue. I could be fine 1 minute, hunky-dory, and then be like, oh, okay, back to being fine again. It's the cyst putting pressure on all my stuffs. It puts the most pressure on my organs. Again, that's where my disability comes in, is the cyst and what it's doing on the inside. My broken ass body is just all added bonus. Cancer, all added bonus. Another miracle of the car accident. So there was quite a few. Like, first off, I shouldn't even be alive. There's no way. But another miracle of it, I remember the front of that truck crunching into the car. Whenever we looked at it afterwards, somehow we hit the back right tire and it jackknifed and we went spinning instead. But I remember, oh shit, stop sign, look left, barely missed a car, headlights of truck crunching into car. That's when I went out. So, explain it, I can't. Just like I can't explain how I'm here. I've had doctors tell me my spine's like an 80-year-old. I've had some doctors tell me I shouldn't even be able to walk. Now I walk slow and I hobble. Some days hobble more than other days. But how am I able? Because God. There's no other explanation. I've seen a few miracles. Like, seen. And as much pain as I'm in, I'm so grateful. I'm grateful every day that I wake up and I'm breathing. I'm grateful every day that I wake up and I'm not passing out or my arms going numb. I'm grateful every day that I can muster getting through an art project or going for a walk. I'm grateful every time my flowers open or that stupid fuck of a dog goes barking. Life is short, y'all. Life is short. Looks like I got kids coming to say hi to the dogs. So I'm gonna let this go. Excuse me!